something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great-grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. Cause baby, you got to run dreams down. See, that chase is what we learn the most about ourselves. To take that extra step, that extra mile, that extra rep. Now look here. You don't never know how long it's gonna take or exactly what it'll look like when you get there. The only thing you know is you can never stop. So, question time. What's your dreams? What's your dream? Are you willing to do what it takes to make that dream a reality? No. See, not while you're sleeping, but every darn day you wake up. Because if it does, good morning. Now give me my darn thing.
Yo. What's the word? What's going on? B and Coach Dre in the building, man. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all see, man, people hit the portal. It is what it is, man. We here. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out the way. Coach Dre, what's the word, man? I mean, we knew what was going on, but we just couldn't say it. But now it's official. Y'all see it out there in the public, so we ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it or what's going to happen. Y'all see what's going on, bro. What's going on, Coach Dre?
Man, it is what it is. I want to first off say I wish Dylan Edwards the best. He looks like a great young man. And whatever stop he gets, they getting a great football player. But what I want Colorado fan base to do is not act like this is the end of the world. And like this is going to affect what we do this year, because it's not. These boys ready to play. They feel comfortable. They feel good about what they got coming in. That's why I said let's wait till the portal season over with before we judge what our team going to look like. So I feel good, man. I know it hurt some people's feelings today. I think people are a little upset, but that's the way college football going to be from now on. That's just what it's going to be. So there's no need for us to sit here and cry over spilled milk. We can't stop it. It's this young man decision. Let's support him. Let's not go out here and bash him because he's still a young man. He making a decision that he feel best for himself. Prime them. We gonna be all right. You get what I'm saying? We got a great back coming in. We still got Michael Welch. Charlie Offerdall is still there. And I think people forget this. I said this last night on the space. Coach Prime took a kid that was holding the camera, and he earned himself a scholarship. Let me say that again. He took a kid that was holding the camera, videotaping football games, and gave him a scholarship. And the boy earned him a scholarship. So if you think Prime's sitting here worried about it, I know people gonna say, "Oh, that's a kid he came up with." Now y'all can't say this or y'all can't say that. But again, we gonna say positive. We not gonna bash nobody, man. We gonna do what we do. We feel good. Everything gonna be all right. The sun gonna rise in the morning. The creek gonna keep flowing. So let's not act like this the end of the world. I think sometimes we blow up stuff way worse than other people. So let's just sit back. Let's try it this way this time. Let's not jump off the bridge. Let's just, stay neutral, stay positive, worry about the kids we got in the building. Because the kids in the building, they not worried. So I wouldn't be neither.
For those who follow us on social media, right? There was a tweet put out by the channel. Your fan favorite might hit the portal. We warned you about this ahead of time, so it ain't no surprise to us. Just saying, it ain't no surprise to us. We kind of try to put it out there and let y'all know that, your fan favorite might leave. But one thing about everything that's going on right now is that we want the people that want to be in Colorado. If you got any doubts, then just leave. It's just that simple. Now, what's going on with Dylan didn't transpire at the beginning of the transfer portal, something that just came up recently. I can't go into all the details, and I'm not going to go into all the details. Even though I know what the details are, I'm not going to do it because it ain't my business to put that player's business out. if they don't want it out in public eyes. What I can say, man, is thank you, Dylan, for everything that you've done. Appreciate you, right? You had a hell of a freshman season coming in to see you. Now it's somebody else's time to shine, right? But what it goes to show you is when we went out and recruited Micah, you got a kid that came in there that was ready to go. He didn't come in there with a smile on his face, joking around. He looked serious every single day. So you gotta give you gotta give credit where credit's due. If Shador said the best, and they ain't been caught out by surprise by nobody. So if somebody leaving, they know about it. Truth be told, they know about it. If somebody coming in, they gonna know about it. So it's football, man. But one thing I can tell y'all this is the NCAA changing this rule is changing a lot of player empowerment, which is changing a lot of players the way they think about staying in their schools. Because they always think the grass is green on the other side. We gonna find out. But it is what it is, man. Time to move forward. We got a bunch of recruits coming in this weekend. We got some running backs coming in this weekend. So, I mean, hey, ask your questions all the way. You can't do nothing but, hey, Dylan, thank you for what you've done for Colorado, your time here, man. We supported you, but sometimes the lights is too bright in Colorado. That's what I would say to somebody. Like, that'd be the best way for me to explain the situation. Sometimes the lights get too bright and the recruiting does not stop. I don't know why you think you get to a campus, and this goes for any university. You get to a campus and think they're going to just stop recruiting your position. They just stop. They don't. They're going to constantly recruit your position to get better. That's just how college football works. But hey, what do I know? Coach Dre, man, how do you feel about Dylan Edwards leaving? How do you feel about Savion Wilkinson leaving? Now, Savion, I personally didn't want him to leave. That's much. Hey, I wanted him to ride this thing out. But
Savion,
him and Micah is similar. They present the same exact thing, the same body type, the same frame. Micah is just younger.
You say Savion hit the portal?
Savion hit the portal.
Bro, like I said, I've been at school. I didn't know that part. All I knew was when the Dylan stuff came out. I mean, bro, at the end of the day, if you look at it, you can tell they wouldn't cut off guard. They got a running back that was committed to Mississippi State. He coming in this weekend to visit. So you got to know these guys knew something. I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. Like, at the end of the day, this is the way college football gonna look. And this going on everywhere. This ain't just going on in Colorado. But because we act like the world finna end and everything finna fall, that that's why I get blowed up so much, man. I'm not concerned. And people say, well, Coach, how is that? Man, you talking about a guy that stayed with a school that won 5 games in 2 years. And we watched the maturation. And if my oldest son was here, I let him get on here and tell y'all that we knew what we were doing. And the maturation was now that his little brother, now that my middle son is in school, Eastside is flourishing because of the things that he laid down. He didn't go run. He didn't go hide. He didn't buck no competition. What's made for you is for you. So we ain't finna sit here and like, if y'all go run and try to act like the world finna end, that's on y'all, man. We not finna do that. We just not finna do that. I seen the little comment, he left because, man, that ain't got nothing to do with that. Charlie didn't complain. Charlie was wherever he was on the depth chart, and he was a walk-on, but every time that kid got a chance, he did what he needed to do. So ain't no need of us saying that Coach Prime wait on work, because all these kids that done came in and showed you that it can happen. It can happen. So I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna wish them 2 guys the best because they good kids. They great young men. They've been stand-up guys. You never heard nothing bad about them. So I wish nothing but the best for those guys. But again, we're not finna sit here and act like the world finna end, because again, it's going on I think they say Houston lost 27 kids in the portal. Nobody's talking about that.
Man, you got
You get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
I mean,
it's cool.
There's a lot of people that are losing people across the board, right? Everybody is gonna say this, say that. You know, it's because it's Colorado. People gonna blow it up to more than what it is. These kids gonna make a decision, right? Just like Colorado's gonna make a decision who they want to bring in. Colorado's executing a plan behind the scenes of players they're bringing in, and that's why you see a Travis say, "We good." Y'all just don't want to believe him. It is what it is. This team is not finished product of what it's gonna look like. You know, the new portal rule is affecting everybody, and that's the part we do not realize. It don't matter the class. It don't matter if freshmen came in early in row, you seen them hit the portal. It don't matter if it's a class of 23, they're hitting the portal. It's happening at every freaking single school. But because it's Dylan Edwards, we think it don't supposed to happen to us. Well, this is what happens, right? It's happening in every single school. I don't care what school you go to. They done lost somebody from either the class from this year's class that they just signed with them that it was an early enrollee that's already transferring, or they're losing somebody from the class of 23 that's been there for a year. So we ain't the only person. I just don't want people to blow this out of proportion because we ain't the only person losing somebody. I get it. He's a fan favorite. I get it, right? And that's what we love about it the most. He's a fan favorite, and we're not supposed to lose fan favorites. But I tried to warn y'all from the get-go. Some of these fan favorites, we're going to lose this season. We're going to lose them in the portal. You could just see it coming the minute the NCAA changed it to unlimited transfers. As long as you got the grades to be eligible, you can transfer. So a lot of these kids are going to take advantage of that. It don't matter the school you at. Just saying. A lot of y'all think it's about the money, but some people are looking at it for the opportunity of they don't like where they sit on the depth chart here, so they're going to go to this place and see if they're going to get on the depth chart somewhere else. It is what it is. This news really happened yesterday. It's just not getting reported today. Shador, Travis, I kind of already told y'all what's going to happen. So nobody should be blindsided of that, who it is, what it is, how it is. They already wanted y'all before it happened. Just saying. But hey, let me know how y'all feel in the comments, man. I need to know. How do y'all feel about Dylan? And we gonna definitely get into Savion. Savion gonna be next. But how do y'all feel about Dylan leaving? I just need give me a true feeling about how y'all feel, man. Hashtag we good, man. Hey, we good. We do got a lot of players coming in this weekend at all positions. As y'all see, we are serious about rebuilding this offensive line. We have a ton of players coming in on this offensive line, and I'm talking about youth coming in, not just older players, but youth, like kids with 3 or 4 years of eligibility left. So I just want to know, man, how y'all feel, man. I just want to know. Give me a true feeling, man. I'm going to open this thing up. I'm not going to say I'm going to bring up everybody, but, hey, I might bring up some people, man. I just want to see what the people got to say today. You know, I know everybody been to question, like, why did this happen? How did this happen? How did this come about, man? Certain situations happen because it happened. You know, you gotta take all things into a part right now. It ain't just money involved or this involved or that involved. Like, you know, you got to look at everything that's going on across the board, and it's in the entirety in college football, not just Colorado. I just want people to understand it. It ain't just a Colorado thing. But hey, here we are. What up, Deb? What up, see you Buff Dynasty, man? What's the word, man? How y'all feeling?
What's up, fellas? How y'all feeling today?
I'm good, man.
We good, man.
Man, y'all lucky I was on that Spaces last night. Half sleep, falling asleep on the sofa watching the game. So I knew, right? But golly, man.
Bro, it's all right, man. It's like I told y'all, it's all right, man. It ain't like that's what I'm saying. When we really look at the totality of it, okay, it's a kid that was projected to be a starter. But again, all these kids we leaving, we done signed kids and nobody else done signed nowhere else. So we good, man. So it ain't nothing. When you see a kid like Travis Hunter that don't never say nothing, make sure he tell y'all we good. You didn't see Travis get mad when they went out and got DJ. When they went, okay, that's cool. So and like I said, I don't know what's going on in that building. I can't tell you why he leaving. All I know is Bruce felt like he could go do something somewhere else. And I know why people are upset because he a prime kid from the dirt. But it's gonna be okay, man. I just, like I said, I'm just not finna panic. I'm just finna, get, like I told y'all. I've been saying that we just gotta wait and see who we gonna have on the team after the portal over with.
So what I say honestly, so as far as there's two reasons why I'm like, I'm shaking my head. One is more so because it just looked bad, right? You know what I'm saying, for Prime. We all fans of Prime, so when we see guys leave, especially these younger guys or guys who, we feel like we could have counted on, it just kind of looked bad, right? So I just hate that, something like that has to happen because, it's like, dang, it allows people to, say something. And then the other part is we don't know exactly why, right? Like, I would love to know why. I would love to be the guy like, all right, well, this is what happened. Because, like you said, we, projected starter. Everything that we hear from the coaching staff is like, hey, we putting in packages for him. We're going to put him at receiver, running back. We're going to do this and do that for him. So it's almost like, dang, but like, why would you leave? But, it's always something, to it. But that's really the only reason why I'm kind of upset. Like, dang, man, it makes it look bad. The optics is always a thing. I tell people all the time, optics what matters. It don't matter what's really going on. How it looks is,
Damn, this the question. Here's the question when we say optics. Who making the optics look bad? Us or other folks? Because it's us.
Other people. It don't.
No. It's us. I ain't talking about. I'm talking about. It's us. Because what I'm telling you is, Houston has lost 27 kids in the portal. It's other big schools that's losing big fight. You don't hear about it because everybody's so focused on what Colorado doing. So if we would just relax, and not act like it's a big deal, it go away. But we act like it's a big deal, so that's why it's a big deal. It ain't other people. We gotta look at ourselves in the face. We can't even look at nobody else before we look ourselves in the face and say this on us some of the time.
Yeah, you're right.
See, bro. So I don't really look at optics because sometimes when you look at optics, you can get caught in the matrix, right? So this is how I'm looking at it. I might be looking at it a little bit different from everybody else. Some of these kids that's leaving, did we as fans want them to stay? Yes. Are we as fans shocked in a certain aspect? Yes. But I'm going to put a lot of my trust is not the really word I want to use, but for conversation's sake, I'm going to use trust. I put a lot of trust in Prime. I don't think that he's the type of guy that really doesn't know what's going on around him, right? So as you can see, as one guy leaves, one guy signs, right? This is called proper preparation when you're coaching, right? Also, if you take Shadur's and Shiloh's interview the other day, we have to listen very clearly. Shadur said, my inbox is flooded. I got cats from other schools that want to walk off the field right now, but they calling us to check and see the temperature and see what's going on. Once I get them the okay, they in line. So basically, that's what I see going on, man. I see players coming in and players leaving out. The ones that's leaving out, I don't think they want to compete for whatever it is they want. That's just my opinion. But I don't think that we're caught blindsided. I think Prime is strategically maneuvering through this situation. That's just what I think.
I mean, he maneuvered, and that's what I'm saying. If sometimes we'll just sit back, relax, be quiet, and listen, they tell you every answer. It's like they give you the answer to every test. Just sit back, be quiet, and listen. Last week, Neely was on DMVR, and he said, "Boy, when some of these people hit portal, these people gonna flip out."
Right.
He told y'all that last week.
Right. And
But
Go ahead.
But today we gonna act like he didn't say that last night.
Right.
But no, he said it. You just didn't listen because you was so busy talking about Alto leaving and Permani leaving and this, that, and the other leaving that you didn't sit there and really listen.
Right.
And you listening to the naysayers and the haters and the this and the that, but you didn't listen to what they was talking about. But we do that
Right.
in life.
And I don't think a lot of people are closely paying attention to Prime's method. He doesn't. I don't want to say he doesn't care about high schoolers, but he's doing it like free agency and high schoolers is the draft. That's just how he running it, bro. So when you're operating on that method, you understand that people are going to come and go. You understand that some players that you thought were going to be in certain positions are going to come and go. But also at the same time, the way you're running it is going to make players come to you also from other places. Look at all these kids that jumping in the portal right now. And these are not no low grade level kids in the portal. You got some boys jumping in the portal that can play some ball.
It's not even that. Again, hey, listen, y'all ain't gotta believe us. Go watch me in the interview this morning when he interviewed Prime. That's out on YouTube. You can go see it for yourself. And you hear him say why he likes the kids that's in college, because he says verbatim, I don't have that kind of time. Coaches don't have that kind of time to develop high school kids. You'll be fired before they give you the time to develop kids. So I gotta go get guys that's ready now.
No, that's 100% true. I mean, I think Dylan a little different than those guys because he showed up and he proved, right? We expected him to be a guy.
Let me go and get this super chat off right quick. Everybody got to relax. This is the nature of the business. Do your job at this. Your job. Do the same thing every day. Next man up, man. Shout out for the $5 super chat, East Coast Kill. But I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's always gonna be next man up. Prime's never caught off guard. They keep telling y'all this over and over and over again. Y'all just don't want to believe it, but it is what it is. It is what it is, man. Y'all just gotta, sit back and just wait to see how everything gonna play out. This ain't the end all be all. This roster is nowhere near finished to what y'all think it's gonna be. So, I seen a comment earlier talking about, they ain't got enough running backs to go through the spring game. Do you realize that Colorado played with 3 defensive tackles, only 3 defensive linemen last year in the spring game and made a whole spring game on ESPN? They got enough running backs to make it through a spring game. Just saying. They got walk-on running backs. But, for those who ain't paying attention, to what's really going on, Colorado has enough running backs to make it through the spring game, to get to the fall. They got enough. All right? We only had 3 defensive linemen last year in the spring portal. All you got to do is just relax right now. I get it, right? Dylan Edwards is a fan favorite. We don't want to see him leave, but it's just the nature that comes. Players, your fan favorites are going to come and go. And I keep stressing this. They're going to come. They're going to go. One thing about it, there's going to be new fan favorites every year. There's going to be new players on the roster every year. 40% of the roster is always going to change on everybody's team every single year in college football. But we just go play blind because we're talking about Colorado. Take Colorado out the situation. If you go look at everybody's roster right now, everybody is suffering from the same exact thing. It is what it is. Some teams are losing high major players that can impact a team right now, and some people are not. But at the end of the day, a lot of these the top Power 5 teams that y'all like, that y'all go watch too, they didn't lost somebody in the class of 24, and they damn sure done lost somebody in the class of 23. So within the last year, of players that came to their team, they've lost somebody out of their recruiting cycle. So just be patient. It's happening across the board, across the nation. Thank you, NCAA, for approving this, right? Y'all can't do that but blame the NCAA because they approved this unlimited transfer thing, and now players feel like, hey, every year I can transfer as long as I keep my grades right. So you're going to get players that's going to keep hopping team to team to team like they're in high school because they do it in high school. They do it in little leagues. We're just being blind to what's already been done. That's all. Go ahead, Mr. Steve.
What's going on, fellas? What's going on, fellas? All I can tell you, you blind, you can't see. You need to wear some glasses like DMC. Where it goes is this here, Rob, is this here. I looked at the the Houston Cougars, and when I looked at those Houston Cougars over there, they got NFL players on their roster. And what I looked at, they got a receiver, gone. They got 2 defensive tackles, gone. They got a cornerback, gone, transfer portal. These NFL, I'm not talking about just players that were a little productive. I'm talking about players that are going to go to the league after this year. And if you listen to the Block Bully, when he was doing his little interview, what he told people was, it's certain coaches know how to coach. And he told you that Houston defensive line coach, he knew what he was doing. And that ain't got nothing to do with Colorado. All I'm saying is this one here. Houston got some players out there right now. And the Block Bully already said that cornerback, we need to get him. But it's another defensive tackle out there for Houston. Beast. It's players out there that are going to really make Colorado special. And that's what we should be looking for. And God bless every other player that found their journey and wants to go to another direction. God bless them and let them go out and thrive and do great things. But we need to circle the wagon and go on and go on our journey.
Absolutely.
Let me just say this. Let me just say this. If you're really so upset about a player leaving, did you donate to the NIL collective?
Oh, they didn't. You don't got to worry about that, Rob. They ain't did that. They don't do that. They don't do that to the college. They don't do that to the college in their area, bro.
5430. Yeah.
Let's be real. If you ain't donated to the NIL collective, then don't be upset that they left. Like, just don't. Because at the end of the day, what this is coming down to is everybody wants somebody, right? And right now, the situation in Colorado is big bank take little bank, right?
Correct.
The only way you can change this is to make sure your fan favorite state donate to the 5430. That's the collective for Colorado. That's the only thing I can tell you. So unless you ain't if you donated, hey, you got every right to say something. If you ain't donating, then just shut up. Because what are you complaining about?
Rob the man, I got a question for you, sir.
What's up?
Do you think some of the kids are missing the big picture? And I explain it this way. These networks are sending boohoo money to Colorado to put them on TV for the following the season coming up. If you know every NFL scout in the world, is all 32 will be at that every game. Why would you say, I don't want a taste of that when you know I'm going to be seen regardless? Shador and them can do whatever they want to. If Dylan show out the way he shows out in practice every week, all we're going to be talking about is Dylan. You get a piece of the pie. So are they missing the big picture? I ain't talking about Dylan, but I'm saying some players. Are they missing the big picture?
It's situational based. I'm not going to say everybody. Some players, yes, absolutely, 1,000%. But some players, it's just best for them to leave. Because all they're going to do is just be a cancer in the locker room. They're never going to be happy. Some players, there's just nothing you can do to satisfy them. And they're going to, if they showed you a product of them doing it in high school, they're going to do it in college. I'm just being honest. If you recruit a player that's transferred to 3 or 4 different high schools, in high school, they transfer 3 or 4 different schools, guess what they're going to do when they get to college? It's going to be the same thing. So, in a sense, you got to look at a person. I'm not even trying to throw Kamani on the bus, but Kamani changed high schools twice in high school, right? So the minute something don't go right, you know what he's gonna do. So you already know what you're getting your hands on, right? You're gonna do your homework. You're gonna recruit. You're gonna do certain different things. But what you also got to look at is when these kids changing 2 or 3 high schools in high school because the coach don't get their way, or they don't get this number, or you're not playing them, they want to get played, or the player's not designed to go to them all the time. Guess what? They're going to do it in college. It's just a trickle-down effect. That's all it is. If we ain't addressing it at the little league level and at the high school level, You ain't gonna better adjust it at the college level because it's gonna be too late. Because now it's gonna be way more than just, oh, I'm not getting the ball this the third. Now it's gonna be like, I'm going to go create these bills at one university for the next university to pay for. And if I got enough value, I know that school gonna pay for it. That's all it is. Just make what people gotta do is make this make sense. How can an income freshman that just got there in December or in January already be in the portal talking about he want to go to his next school? Like, make this make sense. You just got there to campus in January, and you already hit the portal in April. But that's the world we live in right now, and we gotta look at this from a different scale of college football is different. The NCAA created this wave, and now this is what you got to live with. Just saying, it's just free agency. If you don't like the situation you in, guess what? in 4 or 5 months, you can get up out of there. It don't matter who the player is. And it's always going to change is when starting quarterbacks start leaving schools and going to different schools from January to in April. When that start happening, that's when the NCAA going to change the rule. Until then, it's going to be chaos. Just think about if you Arizona State right now. You just lost your top receiver in April. You just lost your top receiver that hit the portal. That's carried you the last 2 seasons. You just lost him. But go ahead. Anybody can respond. It don't matter.
It's the new age of football, man. So people better go ahead and try to adjust and adapt. It is what it is. Longevity, stability, continuity, you can kind of cancel those days out going forward. This is the day of the portal, and kids can flow how they want to, how many times they want to, without any type of restrictions. It's over. This is the new age of college football. And I think, again, I'm gonna support Coach Prime. I think he's right on the cusp of it, and he's handling it exactly how it's supposed to be handled.
Yeah, I mean, it's only so much you can answer. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the only question I got for Deion Sanders right now, hey man, what's the new theme song? That's all what's the new theme song, baby? What we working with this year? You know what I'm saying? What's the vibes for the year? That's all I care about right now. Right? Players gonna come and go. Like that's just what it is.
Gotta be something fire.
I try to warn y'all, but hey, wait, y'all ain't gotta listen to me.
But this is what I like. I look at the roster, and I go with the original roster that he had compared to now. I see NFL players on that roster now. So NFL talent. So when I start seeing NFL talent, it tells me them W's going up. The only thing we need to do now is discipline. You got to be disciplined. People got to be disciplined, and they got to understand we in it for the same goal. And what I've seen, I like Warren Sapp. This is all we got, and this is all we need.
That's right.
Mr. Steve, I just want people to look at this, right?
That's right.
Look how small we was in the trenches last year and compared to this year.
Say it again, sir. Say that again, because people don't see that. People don't see that. We not only small, how under the strength. Our strength wasn't even at that level. All people getting blown by 3 yards by the line of scrimmage. So you ain't just small. You don't have the strength to go with that size. That's a problem.
That's the thing that we're not looking at. We got rid of so many small defensive linemen, offensive linemen to bring in bigger players that can help us win.
So take that running back that just came in. What's his name? Dalen.
He's a bigger running back.
You look at Michael Welch. These guys got grown men bodies. I mean, I'm a Colorado fan, but last year I was like, man, we do look like little kids.
Yeah.
Now I see grown men. You know what I'm saying? Coming into the program. So that's a plus on any day.
Well, this is what I also see. People just talking about a plus. Let's look at production. True. You can say whatever you want to. You ain't got a better receiver than Wester. You can go to LSU and all that stuff, but in that slot with Wester, true, that young man gets it. I looked at those tapes, and I like the one that they count how many offense points get and how many defense get. People talking about Miller. Wester scored more times than Miller did. Wester got more points than Miller, and that's a good thing. all it tells me is that competition breeds competition. And I saw Jimmy make catches that I was like last year, I was like, Jimmy, do we got it? Jimmy on point. Because Jimmy understands that competition in that wide receiver room.
But here's the difference, right? Jimmy didn't have another slot person that he felt like could challenge him that could take his starting spot.
Correct.
He's got it this year. If you don't show up, guess what? Webster's going to be out there more than you. Jimmy knows that. It's just a Florida mentality. They just making each other great. Like,
and they look good.
And think about it. Omarion's going to have some competition. Yes. Once we get to Maine, he's going to have some competition. It ain't going to just be no cake through and walk through. So understand what's going on right now. Understand that it's coming. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just be patient. That's it. Just be patient. And I promise you, you're going to get everything that you want. But here's what I'm going to say in this last piece, right? If Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, comes up with NIL money, I promise you, this is going to look a whole lot different than what y'all see right now.
We get the big boys.
The only thing that's stopping these players from committing to Colorado right now
is money.
It's money.
And Ole Miss got it. Because I'm telling you, I'm from Mississippi.
And these players is calling. And I don't care what program you want to take, there's players on every program that's calling Colorado right now about coming over. And all they want to know is, can Colorado match the NIL deal they got right now? I promise you. If Colorado get the money, it's a wrap. And that's what people are afraid of.
Coach Brown trying to talk right now. I see it. He trying to put something together to talk right now.
Well, he has it. If you don't see it, I'll tell you how I see it. I put my money on it. My money is on it. It's there.
He trying to talk, man. I'm telling you now.
The only thing they need to do, those guys, the difference between Coach Prime and other people is this. Coach Prime really believes what he says.
That's right.
The problem is and his son does too. The problem is when you got people in your locker room, and all the sports people understand this. If you just got 60% of your team believing, you're going to lose games because you need that 40% to make sure that you're effective, because there's times in that game where that main person is going to be double teamed or whatever. You need that other person who ain't double teamed to win their battle. So you need everybody to believe.
Let me just I said I was gonna stop talking, but I gotta make this last point.
Get it right.
Majority of the players that's left us are players that's flipped to us. Players that's been committed to us since day one hasn't left.
That's a good point, Rob. Man.
And we still haven't lost starters, so we batting 1,000. Good players, yes, but starting players, no.
I think we got to look at this like as a bigger perspective, right? The bigger picture. The people who are not losing, or the people who are staying, specifically offense, they have one thing in common. They have a relationship with Shedeur, right? The people who are leaving the offense, they necessarily don't have that relationship with Shedeur. So you see them leaving. You see Dylan and Wilkerson just left. And I think that had a lot to do with Shedeur. And here's my point. Just because Shedeur played with Dylan last year, he played with Wilkerson the year before. And just by last year's performance, he doesn't like losing. Like, that's embarrassing. You won 4 straight and then you lose the rest of the game. You know this is your last year. You know this is Travis last year. So you need all the pieces you can get to win. And I think that's what he's going for this year. And so you see Shiloh in the press conference, if you're trying to be on offense, hit up Shedeur. He'll tell you what's going to happen. And so my personal opinion, I think the reason why Dylan and Wilkerson left, there may be a bag, but also when these running backs are interested, they're contacting Shedeur. And Shedeur is telling them, this is exactly what I need. Yep. Our receiving core is already electric, right? They're already saying it's probably top 10. Our O-line is new, revamped. I need a running back who could block. I need a running back who could at least get 4 yards, who can knock off the first tackler. that's a running back I need. Right now, I don't have that. Wilkerson is hurt right now. Dylan Edwards, he's small. He's not able to block. The only good he's able to do is he has speed, but you need to get him in space. That's why that's why they start using him as a receiver in practice. Like, you need him in space. If you give him the ball in the gaps, he's not going to get you a lot of yards. So I think Shedeur was just like, yo, I need a running back who is an all-arounder, who can get the yards in the gaps. And so when these prospects and people are contacting him on IG and stuff, I think he's telling them the truth. Like, yo, like, I need you. You could be a potential starter. This is a running back, like the just the size, the two people that's coming in, just the size alone is telling you they're going something different. And if you look at what Prime is saying, Prime says what? I like my running backs 5'9", like low to the ground. The two running backs that's coming in are opposite of that, right? So that's telling you something else different, where like Shedeur is probably like, yo, I know what you like, Dad, but this is what I really need.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yep.
This is what I really need, because if you have an offense who your receiving core is electric, you need the defense to also respect your running game. So if you have those two big backs in the backfield, they have to respect your running game. And so with that, you could do your pass option, you could do your run option, you could do whatever. They just have to respect your offense in totality, not just your receiving core, now that you have these two big running backs in your backfield. So that's why I'm not even mad at Dylan and Wilkerson leaving, just because they're revamping the offense. Like, when Dylan broke off that TCU run, those 3 runs, you see the defenses adapt to it. It's like, okay, we know we can't let this kid get space because he's going to beat us downfield. He did break like a couple times through the season, but it wasn't as much. So now you just need running backs who can make space. And if there isn't space, they can create it with their own. So I think these 2 pickups are good. They're going in a new direction where the offense is going to be a full threat. And a lot of people aren't really looking at that. It's like, oh, man, Dylan, we really miss. Like, people are getting too attached to these well-off videos, which I understand. But you got to look at even Prime. They're not trying to get the same record as last year. Like, that was embarrassing. So it's like, listen, this is our last year with Shedeur. This is our last year with Travis. Let's bring people that is really going to dictate and help us win. I'm not trying to win 3 games. I'm trying to hit the playoffs. Like, let's actually bring people in that's going to help us win. And I think a lot of people are getting distracted with these names and people leaving the portal. But it's like, we're bringing in people who are going to fit our offense a little bit more better.
right.
And now you can even run 2 backs, right? You could do a new whole scheme. You can have 2 running backs in the backfield. If we didn't have these 2 running backs, you would have what? Dylan and maybe Wilkerson or like in the backfield. That wouldn't even.
Is there a running back that I'm missing?
No, you got Welch. You got Welch. Alfredall, and
Shop. Hey, listen.
and
No
the new
disrespect,
guy.
but y'all gotta stop talking about Charlie.
Yeah, we
No,
have
no, no.
Dylan,
At
that's his
the
name,
end of
and
the
then we have
day,
another one coming in this week.
Well,
Yeah,
well, for my
Alfredall is a running back. He is a running
I
back.
mean, he is.
Like,
But
Here's the
like
difference.
you saying, at the end of the
Let's
day,
just break this down for
what
real.
has Charlie? What hasn't Charlie showed you?
Here's the difference. Let's break this down. The difference between last year and this year is last year is individual based on who recruiting who, right?
Correct.
Each position coach recruiting somebody. It might not be a fit for the scheme, but they just recruiting this person because they got a relationship, but this, that, and the third. This year, it's a lot of evaluation going on. You can see the evaluation process head to toe from everybody, whether it's the recruiting team, whether it's the on-the-field coaches. Everybody is being evaluated. And so the players that ain't fitting the scheme, that ain't going to help us win, they out of there. And these coaches letting them know. The recruiting staff letting them know, hey, listen, this might not be a good fit for you. So these players are taking advantage. They getting their film and they getting out of there. So what we're seeing this year is just an elevation in the process of what Coach Prime wants, right? Give them the real, let them know every day what it is. If it doesn't improve, they got to go. It's just that simple. And so these players are calling Colorado. These players are calling Shedeur. These players are calling Travis. These players are calling Shedeur. I mean, in Shiloh. So there is a process that's going on. There's going to be a lot of visits coming this week. The portal closes on the 30th. There's still going to be some more players that's going to hit the portal in the next 7 days. This day 8. There's 7 more days left of this portal. There's going to be some more players that's going to hit. The door is open. It doesn't matter. Do we have enough NIL money to land some of these bigger name players? That's it.
Hey, Rob, what I also saw
I have
this year, and I think people are definitely missing this. Colorado had a lot of viruses in that locker room. And you can tell the viruses because I told folks a long time ago, tell me who you hang out with. So all the people that hang out with a certain group of people, they gone. All them dudes who hung out together and had the same sob story, oh, it's not right, it's unfair, blah, 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 they gone. If you trying to win, you have to get people who are not on your page out of your building. And whether you
Well,
like them or don't like them, they got to go. And
let's
this ain't about no Dylan, so please don't take it. I'm just saying, as a general, and Dylan is fantastic because I think he's a great young man. But you got to get certain people who ain't on your same page. They got to go.
let's go ahead and debunk this theory of favoritism, right? Everybody was blaming that Dylan was being favoritism, but Dylan hit the portal. Make it make sense.
Well,
There's a degree of favoritism, Rob. Just because
I
if there
get
wasn't,
it, but the player that everybody was pointing to was Dylan was being favoritism for it, right? He was playing because of favoritism, but he hit the portal.
name a coach who don't have a favorite have favoritism because the coaches I know, the players that work hard and are producing, those are their favorite players. A
Facts.
lazy player who just got a scholarship, you can say what you want to. Yeah, you
If
on the
I
team, but
That's
I ain't got no love for you. You lazy.
that's
So
true.
if I could, I would like to make an input.
make it.
Charlie is a proven fact that there's no favoritism. Coach Prime even made mention of this to the staff. Look, until I say so, Charlie's gonna be this. So Charlie work produced. Work put him where he's at right now. And so
there's
I
not a
credit Charlie for that. And I'm not finna and that might be one of the reasons why Dylan left. It's because of being pushed from number one. Because I think Charlie's number one now, ain't right?
No, he
At
number
this
two.
point.
the thing is when
No,
Prime did that.
I heard that they made him a starter. I
That
heard
might
that they
not be.
made
Well,
him a
if they do,
starter
that's
from
great.
number
That's for the
two.
spring game. But yeah, because they ain't got them a two running backs. So
Okay.
They got
Yeah,
Walker
when
That's what
Prime
I'm
did
running back,
that,
saying.
that
but
was more of
we
like
talk
a
about there's
strategic.
only one scholarship running back on the roster right now.
that's
Everybody
Will.
else are walk-ons.
Right, and
So
and, and I'm gonna be upfront. I think Charlie earned the right to get a scholarship. He put in that work, and he consistently put in the work.
And he's committed.
Right. My other point is the transfer portal is gonna get, depending on what side you're standing on, it's gonna be the good, the bad, and the ugly. Depending on what side you stand on, that's that's coming with the transfer portal. The good thing that I see is Coach Prime is able to offset whatever goes out and even do better, if not equal what goes out. And I'm seeing that firsthand. I'm like, he got an excellent running back to offset Alton. Um, he got a defensive lineman. I'm sorry, not a defensive line, a DN from Pitt, is it?
Yep. Then he got
he's got a
defensive
I
defensive
mean,
line
lineman
from
that
from
Ohio.
dude,
he's got
that
a
He got a
dude
D
defensive
ain't,
line
lineman
from
from
Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah,
yeah,
We've pretty much offset the majority of the players that's left. But when
absolutely.
you really
if
break this
not,
down
did better.
production wise, what have we truly lost that's really gonna hurt us and stain us, right? That we
Nothing,
can't replace.
nothing,
Nothing.
nothing.
But Rob,
But as
can I
a,
say something about
I'm gonna say
favoritism?
this, and I'm gonna shut up. As a fan, I think because of the ability to see them in off season and get to know these players firsthand, I probably had some emotional ties to it, because I'm not used to seeing players on the off season like I am with Colorado. So I had to learn to kind of bag off and say, wait, I'm gonna wait till spring season's over and all the transfer portal before I really get attached to some players because they can go at any moment. And that's a lesson for me as a fan, as a casual. I'm not, no expert in football, but I do like what CU is doing. Uh,
So let me
that's it
go
for
on
me.
favoritism right quick. I know this famous coach. His name Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson told people a long time ago, It's a guy fell asleep in practice. Well, fell asleep when they was watching film. He cut him. Michael Irvin then went to sleep. You know what he told him? Pat him on the shoulder and wake him up. It's a difference. Some people say, well, that's favorite. No, it ain't favoritism. Michael Irvin then produced. That linebacker, he could replace that linebacker. Let me go back to Coach Prime or any other coach. People that coach understand this. Rob, he coaches young ladies. It's certain young ladies that are going to be on your team that go out there and do everything you ask them to do. They go above and beyond. They're great citizens and great people. Those people, and then they come into you and they want more and more and more. Whatever you say, they want more. Then you're going to have players who just come do the bare minimum. That's just like employment at your office. You got people who go above and beyond, and then you have the people who just collect a check.
Man.
So you can call it whatever you want to. But at the end of the day, I'm going to the people who've earned the right, who produce more and are doing more, they're going to get more. So if you're on this little la-la world, oh, that's favoritism. You can call it whatever you want to. You can call it favoritism. You can call it earned. You can call it rights. I call it this. If you produce, and you can say what you want to, Shador Sanders is the best player on the team. Travis Hunter's the best player on the team. Travis Hunter's the hardest worker. Travis Hunter does everything the right way. You can call it favoritism. I like him too. I got another kid over here who smoke dope, don't go to class, talking and talking about you like a dog and blah, 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 blah. Who you think I'm going to show more love to? That's all I got to say.
Hey, listen. One of the things I just want people to just do, man, is just take a deep breath and relax. It's not the end of the world. Every university is going through it. Alabama defensive lineman just hit the portal. Georgia DB just hit the portal. So everybody is in the same situation. Everybody. Y'all just gotta relax and understand that things are gonna be okay. Whatever you had prediction wise for the season, this is why you do not go out on the boat early and just relax and see what happens. This ain't like y'all haven't seen this from last year, because Prime did it last year. Like, there ain't nothing new in this scenario of what they're doing. The only difference of what they're doing right now is that you're seeing the evaluation piece on this team. You're seeing the growth of the coaching staff. You're seeing the growth of the players. Some of the players on the team is pushing some of these players out because they don't want to work. They don't want to win. And so if you don't want to be here and be successful, and I'm not saying this is Dylan Edwards, right? In a sense, don't quote that. I'm saying certain players are out the door because they don't want to come here and work to help us win. It's just the nature of the game. So we're going to replace them with people that want to be here. And that's all y'all got to look at. We're fine. We're going to be fine. We're going to be good. Matter of fact, there's players that's coming in here this weekend that's going to help us win. And that's what we got to look at.
I'm still at 10-2. I'm
Why
Yeah,
would
still at 10-2.
why would you change? Why would
I'm
you
good.
change? Like, why would you change? If you change it like that, then you didn't believe in the first place. Anybody who
Huh.
changed it like that, you didn't believe in the first place.
But listen to this. What main player have we lost as a starter yet?
None.
Outside of
Other than
you can
Dylan.
say Dylan,
Dylan, I
right?
would
But
say,
outside of
was going to
Dylan,
be a
But
what
look
starter.
at
main starter?
productivity. Look at productivity.
I give you that as well. But as a casual, from looking, Dylan was a starter. So, but again, I like the way Coach Prime, um, offset all of that. I mean, he brought in some quality people. I mean, he beefing up the line. He's still beefing up the lines. He bringing in play, players that can move sideline to sideline to get at the quarterback, and he bringing in running back that can hit that hole. And the wide receiver just speaks for itself. I mean, come on, man.
You'll
All
see
right,
linebackers next.
Jalen, hold on. Jalen Rush. This year's not a problem. The future is concerned, but I guess they're not going out. All right, so listen. Let's just break this down real quick. The players that they're bringing in has 3-4 between 2, 3, 4 years of eligibility. The players that's leaving has less of 2 or 1 years of eligibility left. So what we're subtracting, outside of Dylan Edwards, what we're subtracting from the team and what we're adding to the team, we're actually adding more eligibility to the team, more
with
talent
productivity.
and youth to the team.
With productivity.
You just got to slow down, look at who's coming in, how much eligibility they got left compared to who's leaving in that position, in that spot. Some of these players are smaller that's leaving, that has less years of eligibility left, to players that we're bringing in that's much bigger and have more eligibility left. It's not like we're going out and adding 1 year eligibility players. We're actually adding depth pieces, but with people with years. I can tell you right now, the offensive line, they're attacking people with 3 or 4 years of eligibility left. So when we lose like a Benson that's going to be there for 1 year, right? Johnson. When we lose those type of players, we have people to fill into those spots that's been with the team. We just gotta relax and look at the players that we're bringing in, how many years of experience they have left, the talent level, what they have, and where they can grow. We're fine. We're gonna be good. We just keep skipping over that part.
Hey,
And
listen.
I think we have to remember that we got players that's haven't even showed up yet that's supposed to be there. I mean, we got
Listen.
damn.
Listen. I'm gonna tell y'all this.
Go, coach.
This the biggest thing. Everybody asks for the blessing, but you don't like the way the blessing presented. Everybody want the blessing. Everybody want to win. Everybody say, "Oh, we want to be blessed. We want to win. We want to do this." But you don't like the way God presenting you the blessing. You can't be mad about the way God gonna give you the blessing. You got to accept the blessing the way God give it to you. So yeah, we gonna miss Dylan. Dylan did a lot for us, and I'm proud of that young man. But we can't get upset about the way God sending us this blessing.
Well,
ain't no need to sit here acting like it's happening everywhere. The University of Houston has 28 kids that have hit the portal since the portal has opened. But
and they
nobody's
talented.
talking about and it's their starters. It's not the kids, it's their starters. Oklahoma had their whole offensive line hit the portal the last time. Most of y'all don't even know that.
Miami got people out there. A tackle and a tight end today.
Listen, so that's what I'm saying. It's happening everywhere, guys. But because we jump off the bridge, that's why it's a big scene. And because it's Deion Sanders, and because he gonna do it his way and he not gonna do it your way, it's something wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You got to accept it if you're going to be a Colorado fan and go with it. If not, then, like you say, it's a whole bunch of other teams you can go root for. And then when you get to your team, your new team, see if the same thing ain't happening at your team and then come back and talk to us.
Shout out to the Fallout Super Chat. Put it this way, Dylan Carmani wouldn't start on Georgia, Alabama, or Miami's program, so it isn't a loss in my opinion. Shout out to the content creator that's in the building. Be Watch. Greg said it. Technical T, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the family that's in the building, man. Y'all know how we rocking. But go ahead. I don't know who was just talking, but go ahead.
Again, I think this year is like pivotal, right? Like you're losing Shador, you're losing Travis, and this is the year where really like your program is going to be on notice. Like as far as recruits coming in, like do you want to be part of this winning program? Like look at the turnover of you went 4-8 last season. Like, what's the record this season? Like, this is where Prime, Shador, and everyone is trying to get the best recruits, the best people on the field to prove everyone wrong. And when Shador does leave, you still have a program that can sustain the just the high notice that it's been receiving from recruits, from audience members, etc. So this is why I also think like all these people are leaving and getting replaced with people who are essentially better just because, I mean, this is the last year. Like, what's after this year? Like, who's going to be your starting quarterback? Like, would this O-line
stop?
Yeah, would this O-line treat the starting quarterback the same as Shador? Would they have the same love? Would they want to protect him like you see Seton, Benson, Mayers are doing with Shador? Like, what is that unity going to look like if the season doesn't do good. So I think this is why they're really going after these running backs, making sure they get all the pieces they want, making sure the O-line is good for Shedeur and the years after, and then working on the defense as well so they can sustain a program that's winning. And it's not just the Shedeur show or the Travis show. It's like, if you're in this program, you're getting coached by Hall of Fame coaches, NFL experience, and we win, and we have the pieces to win.
Well, they trying to generate money though, so they want to win now so that they can get more money to get better players. That's just the bottom line. The bottom line is money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they got to make some. They got to make some wins to generate the donors and get those donors up and get level the playing field when it comes to throwing out this money, because it, like Prime said, it costs to get a quarterback.
Yeah, and that's all going to happen this year, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is the
That's
best year where you're
getting
all the money. You got Shedeur, you got Travis. This is the best year of, we got to win. When we win, the money's coming. If we lose this year, I don't know if you're getting a Travis and Shedeur, or a Seaton next year or anything or Kermani. Well, I wasn't a big fan of him, but anybody with a 5-star status next year, right? Like, this is the year where the money needs to come.
We're not even going in that direction. We're not.
Yeah, we're not even putting that in there. We ain't even putting
that in the atmosphere. Not only are they going to win, I'm gonna put it to you this way. Not only are they going to win, people talking about next year. Staub is the starting quarterback next year. So all the people going to be upset, get upset right now. I'm telling you right now. They haven't beat him out for number 2, and they ain't going to beat him out for number 1. If you look at everything they saying, Schumer loved that young man so much, and that is the type of person that Miller now should be loving, those receivers, because he will get those playmakers the ball, a power running game. And what people are going to see when Staub is the starting quarterback after Shedeur leaves, they're going to go back to that JSU thing, a power defense that stops that run and plays tough defense, get turnovers, and play a ball control offense, and they can get that ball down that field. That's what you're going to see, and they're going to win.
I don't know about that.
Well, you
I'm about to start
don't have to know. Just know football. You're gonna have
lockdown
quarterback.
No.
You're gonna have.
I'm not talking about winning. I'm talking about the quarterback. I think we're gonna get a dynamic quarterback coming in.
Let me start with quarterbacks. What do you think? Ewer is? You think he's a great quarterback? What do you think?
I'm talking about the quarterback.
What do you think Beck is for Georgia? Do you think he's a great quarterback?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Do you think Beck is a great quarterback for Georgia?
I don't know.
Okay, this is
I'm a casual, so I'm a casual. I'm talking from a casual perspective, so take mine with a grain of salt, brother.
No, and you're right. I would feel that way too, but this is what I know. If you got playmakers around a quarterback that is going to do the right thing, get the ball to them, and you do a ball control, it's going to look totally different from Shedeur. Shedeur, that 65, 70, it's going to go back to old school football. Play action, hit the people over here. You'll have some of that where you're on RPO type stuff, but it's going to be a different brand of football. It'll look more like Utah than it does what Shedeur is doing right now, and that is winning football.
I gotta be honest. Sir. I'm spoiled. Shedeur spoiled me, man. So, I'm gonna have to get off. I'm gonna have to eventually just get over it. But right now, I'm spoiled.
Please do.
I'm talking from a spoiled perspective here at this point.
You're not going to see too many Shedeur Sanders, and people can say they want to. Shedeur Sanders throws the ball like Troy Aikman. That ball is on people at the right spot. So all I'm saying is this one here. It's winning football. Coach Prime is going to utilize what he has. And Staub, look at Staub as Kirk Cousins. All Kirk Cousins does is win regular season games. He don't win playoffs, but he wins regular season. And he gets players balls. And Staub can do that.
Gotcha.
We love that. We love these action quarterbacks. You're not going to get an action quarterback all the time. So if you're looking for that, We'll get one. Coach Prime is going to get one, but ask yourself, watch, and I'm going to give you an example. Watch this year. Watch Nebraska. Watch the growing pains they're going to go through with that freshman quarterback. And then tell me about starting a freshman quarterback that you don't put training wheels on, because if they don't run that ball a lot, you're going to set him up in bad positions. Look at the young Dante Moore that was with UCLA. He had big games, and then he had games look like, oh, this too big for him. So you're going to run into some stuff.
I just want to know, man, who's your biggest surprise so far to hit the portal? Let me know. Let me know in the chat.
Well, for me, it was McCaskill, because
Dylan for me.
I mean, yeah, even before, Dylan too, but I had
Also showed
McCaskill was having a
signs.
breakout season for CU. I was looking for, I had my money on him to have a breakout season.
I loved Alto too, bro. He was just showing signs he was going to hit the portal. Like, you can't really believe people when they say, like, him and Cremani both said on camera, like, I'm not transferring, I'm not hitting the portal, and they both hit the portal. But like, there's just signs where you knew he was going to hit the portal, so I wasn't even surprised. Like, I actually knew he was, just because even last season. He said he was 100%. Even the coaches said he wasn't. He said he was 100%, like he was ready to go. Like, he just wanted the opportunity to show and prove, which he did. Like, he ended up averaging over 4 yards a carry, right, last year for the Buffs. And so, so that's why he redshirted. He's like, okay, I will trust you guys. I'm going to redshirt. Even though he was kind of mad because he was like, they even play me on kickoff. If you think I'm hurt, why are you playing me on kickoff? But whatever, he redshirted. Then during the football season was over, he was helping recruiting for the O-line. Like, on his Twitter, you saw him like recruiting in a transfer portal to try to get O-line to CU. And then this spring, he tried to ball out as well. But like, I feel like sometimes when Prime is on the press conference, he does a little disservice to the other players when they speak about him. So you about to say something, wrong? Or
No, go ahead.
Okay. When like someone asked Coach Prime about the Alto, he's like, "How do you feel about Alto?" And he kind of like swerved the question a little bit, but he started mentioning all the other running backs instead of like keeping it on Alto. And just from that perspective, I was like, yeah, I could see Alto transferring just from that. Just because like he did the same thing with Omarion Miller probably last week. So I think in perspective, stuff like that could kind of get to players where it's like you kind of want your head coach, especially if you came from an injury and you feel like they want you to be that same version. You want like reassurance from your head coach. And if you're not getting that, you can always get it somewhere else who you have a program that could believe in you. So that's why I wasn't too surprised.
But this the thing. But didn't he show you he believed in you? Because if any other program would have sent Alto out there, not 100%. Any other program that got Alto last year, they'd have sent Alto out there. Coach Prime wasn't finna risk this kid getting injured and ruining his future and being a pro. So he showed you how much he cared for you by not playing you when he knew you wasn't 100%. But people don't see that. If he went anywhere else in the country, Alto would have played running back, no doubt, because he is who he says he is. But because Coach Prime cared more about the kid and his health and his future, and he didn't put him out there. But, I know people don't look at it that way. But that's the way you ought to look at it. Because he did the same thing for Travis Hunter the year before at Jackson.
No, I understand that, Coach Ray, but like for Travis last year, like even on the prime, like he was hurt, but like he still let him play, I think the first game, right? Until he got hurt again. So and then this year, like I think also kind of wanted that, like, yo, just let me, because yes, I understand that coaches are looking out for you. I completely agree and understand that. But also is also like I know my body as well. Like I'm out of this yellow jersey. I know what my body could do. I think I'm good enough to do it. And if he let Travis do that as well.
Hold on. Did you see you looked at it in the well-off videos? You saw Alto with that knee brace.
No, I did.
You see Alto with his knees covered up.
Well, I can't hear you. Say that one more time.
Did you see it in the video? You seen Alto with that knee covered up. You seen him back in the yellow jersey again doing the screen. You didn't see that?
No, I did.
Okay, then. So that lets you know he wasn't healthy. We ain't
Again,
going by
this
what
isn't.
Alto talking about. We going by what these trainers and these professionals are telling Coach Prime, and that's what Coach Prime going by. The people he trusts.
No, I understand that, but again, it's not our decision, right? It's Alto's decision. So if it's his decision to leave the portal because he wasn't given the chance, regardless if the coaching training staff was looking out for him, that's on him. But that it's his decision, and it's what he feels like, and it's his reasoning on him entering the transfer portal.
All right, so now that we've lost our top 3 running backs from last season, ain't nobody brought out Flea so far, but it's good. What do y'all feel is the most important position that you guys are looking forward to this season? You can use running backs, but what is the position that you most excited for and you're looking forward to this season that you're gonna really have your eyes on?
Man, I got mixed. I mean, I'm all over the place, bro. So I'm like the offensive line, uh, and the wide receiver, man. I love that wide receiver, man. That room is just crazy. And the offensive line, I just want to see. I want to see how many sacks. I want to see how many sacks that they do not give up compared to last year. So that's like my thing for the season. I mean, what is it? DT2? Don't touch two. I'm on that bandwagon, brother. And I think the wide receivers, we're gonna see at least 7, 8 wide receivers have some good yardage at the end of this season. It's gonna be it's gonna be of course you're gonna always have that one that's gonna be at the top, but man, they're gonna be eating up, but they're gonna be able to eat this season. A lot of wide receivers are gonna be able to eat this season. I can see that coming.
All right, so listen, we lost 3 scholarship running backs, right? We have signed 1 so far. They're going to sign 2 more running backs. Y'all just be patient. The running back room will be rejuvenated, revamped,
Oh yeah.
however which way y'all want to look at it. We know y'all been getting on fleek because y'all didn't like this system, things like that. We got new running backs, so now you're going to get to evaluate. This year, you're going to get to evaluate this coaching staff at a different level because you're going to see them with different players, right? Everybody's room is going to look completely different. I don't care what room you look at. All the rooms look different from last year to this year. So you're going to get to evaluate. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of players that's committed, that's signed to Colorado, that is not in Colorado just yet. So there's a lot of players to be counted for that you ain't seen on no well-off, recent people, anything like that. You might have heard their voice, seen them do an interview, but you have not seen them put the pads on or seen them. So it's still a long process. We still got to get to August, right? We still going to have to get to fall camp before we play our first game. So y'all just be patient and just buckle up, man, because each day is going to present something new. Each day a player comes in and visits Colorado, it's going to put somebody on notice at their position. That's just keeping it a buck. You're either going to run from the competition or you're going to stay there and fight with the competition. You either want to be there or you don't. That's just the bottom line of this whole scenario. So we just got to take time and just really, don't get upset with the players that leave. It is what it is. It's a business decision on both parties. Business decision for the player that's leaving, for them to go find the right team for them that fits their skill set, and it's a business decision for the team to, move on and find somebody different that fits the program needs. So y'all just be ready, man, because we just at day 8 of the portal, and there's still a long way to go. We still got 7 more days of players that can hit the portal. Anybody got to say anything they want to chime in on that? If not, if y'all don't got nothing in the chat, we're going to end this thing here in a minute. Let me know if y'all got any questions, super chats right now. We're going to answer all the questions up on the panel for you guys as much as the best ability that we can. If not, we're going to end this thing here in a minute. So y'all just let me know, family. Go ahead, Mr. Steve. Yes, the long snapper. Yes, the long snapper left. Yes, we lost both our long snappers so far this offseason, so it's okay. The word's not on fire because we lose the long snapper. Go ahead, Coach Dre.
I think Cash can long snap, if I'm not mistaken. I think he did it at IMG. I'm not going to quote myself on that, but I think he can long snap.
All right, y'all, man. It's been real, man. Thanks y'all for tuning in. As always, man, we gonna come live for y'all. Yeah. Go ahead,
like, subscribe, and share.
If we send no ships out, no ships will come in. And if there's no contest, nobody can win. Games can't be won if they haven't been played, and prayers can't be answered if they haven't been prayed. Hey, this has been another RobDaManMedia. I am your man, Coach Dre. Y'all be blessed.
Now let me tell y'all something about dreams. Listen up, because this is something I found out a long time ago that goes against everything you see in a movie, on TV, or what your great-grandma may have told you when you were a kid. See, dreams don't happen overnight. That ain't how it works. See, they come to you in the daylight. You gots to be awake. 'Cause baby,